Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 22nd Annual Pollution Prevention Event Award Dinner hosted by the City of Santa Cruz in cooperation with the CWEA, that's California Water Environment Association, Monterey Bay Section. We're really grateful to have the mayor, who will get his formal introduction subsequently, and the Director of Public Works and the Director of Parks and Rec, and the able and wonderful environmental compliance inspectors who do most of the work that we all benefit from. I've been boasting about them at my table. So thank you, Dave and Fred and Mike and all the inspectors who were in our program and have moved on to head other programs in other cities. Tonight, we're going to have an introduction of our new local limits. A few people at my table have heard what that is, but Dave is going to tell you more about those things during his talk. We're also going to introduce the prospects of having a new co-sponsor. I think I jumped the gun and I formally announced that to other people, but I've been corrected that there's nothing formal yet. But I want to recognize CWEA Monterey Bay Section. For those who do not know, CWEA is a trade organization. It's called the California Water Environment Association. The Monterey Bay Section is co-sponsoring this event because they recognize the educational value of it. Their outgoing president, or past president actually, is also a member of my staff. She is a chemist. Unfortunately, she's not here tonight, but I promised myself I was going to let people know that it takes great minds, scientists or not, to run those organizations that have true impact on the community. And from the things you're going to hear tonight, you're going to see how much of an impact, both scientifically and in management and technical practices, that all these people across the Monterey Bay Section, across, from Santa Barbara all the way to Scotts Valley, participate in California Water Environment Association, Monterey Bay Section, and they paid a due to participate in this event. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce Nathan Nguyen, the Director of Public Works, my boss, or my boss's boss's boss, and he's going to take it out from here.
Good evening, everybody. Nathan Nguyen, Director of Public Works. So tonight's annual Pollution Prevention Awards dinner allows us to highlight the important work performed by the Public Works Environmental Compliance Program. It is our environmental compliance team that maintains our commitments to the environment, including the ordinances covering the storm drain system and wastewater sewer system. They manage our partnerships in pharmaceutical diversion from wastewater and environmental waters. This team also manages our Clean Business program, providing various levels of awards to business participants in a voluntary incentive program to comply with sewer ordinances and best management practices. Recently, our environmental compliance proposed changes to the municipal code to increase the safety of industrial wastewater discharges into the Santa Cruz wastewater treatment system. These changes to our local limits were approved by City Council and will soon be adopted. Environmental compliance has helped to lead the charge in improving Cowles Beach water quality, now rated with A grades from Heal the Bay's annual report. And I'm extremely proud that our environmental laboratory was one of only 16 across the country that was selected from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and the National Institute of Standards and Technology's successful validation testing in the development of a new standard to improve pollution measurements in recreational waters. Thank you. This new standard may also be used to support stormwater management, food production monitoring, wastewater surveillance, and outbreak exposures, all very important work. And additionally, our environmental lab has contributed to the National Wastewater Surveillance System that the CDC and Water Environment Federation have led since early in the COVID epidemic. Okay, and now let's give one big round of applause to our Laboratory and Compliance Manager, Akin Barbatola, and his exceptional staff. And with that, I am pleased to announce, it's my great pleasure to announce our Mayor, Fred Keeley.
Nathan, Tony, other city folks who are here, and ladies and gentlemen who are joining this evening. I've been in public life, was elected county supervisor before several of you were born in 1989, and I've had the great privilege of getting to be a county supervisor and a state legislator and county treasurer, and now as the first directly elected mayor of the city of Santa Cruz. And in every one of those jobs, the primary function of that activity is public safety. Some people define that rather narrowly. They think, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about police and fire. Of course we're talking about that. But I think when we pause and think about city government, county government, state government, but especially city and county government, we are in the public safety business. Direct services to people and their public safety. And sure, it involves our police department. Absolutely, it involves our fire department. But it also involves our public works department, our parks department, our planning department. Every aspect of the city is engaged in public safety. So that you don't even, the idea is you don't think about it. That's the goal of those of us in public service, is on the other side of delivering service, the people who receive it, the public, the private sector entrepreneurs, they don't even think about it because it's baked in to the services we provide. They think there is going to be a police officer here if I call. There is going to be the fire department if I need them. What they think of less is that when they turn on the water, that's water they can use. They can provide it to their customers. They can provide it to their children. That the wastewater system is somehow not mixed up with other stuff. That our stormwater system, in fact, together with our wastewater system, is not taking and having a price paid in the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary. That is about public safety in all of its aspects and manifestations. And those of you in the private sector, I want to thank you. You do something I know I couldn't do. I have an older brother, he could do it, but I can't do it. I don't have the courage to take the risk that people take in the private sector. I don't have that. It's not in my DNA. But you have it in yours. And when you take that risk and make that investment in your business, which has a whole bunch of relationships to government, some of which probably drive you to distraction, I suspect. But what you are doing is you are the lifeblood of our local economy. You provide jobs, you provide services, you provide food, you provide whatever it is in your private sector role that serves the broader public. And I'm mindful of this, pays the taxes which allow us in the public sector to turn around and try as best we can to provide public safety in all of its manifestations. So it is really a privilege to be here this evening with you. for the public sector side who do this incredibly technical work. I'll tell you, Aiken was in front of the city council a couple of weeks ago, and he was going through in a public presentation all of the chemicals and constituents within our wastewater for which they have to monitor and make sure that our water quality meets an incredibly high set of standards. And I think what it did was made me mindful, I know it did my colleagues on the city council, made us mindful of how things that we take for granted every day are not things we should take for granted every day. That the fine work done by the scientists, the intelligent people from top all the way through our system. I was talking to a gentleman who's going to retire fairly soon after more than 30 years being employed for the city of Santa Cruz. He was telling me I was crawling in a ditch today and was wondering about something and figuring it out. All part of the public safety, all part of how we deliver services. Every person in our city government who pays attention to that, God love you. And those of you in the private sector who take this risk with your capital and other people's capital to employ people, to provide a service or a good in our community, God love you as well. Because together, this public-private sector partnership that we're celebrating tonight, in part, is what makes it so special to be in the city of Santa Cruz. We all came to Santa Cruz for perhaps different reasons. Some of you were born here. Some of you went to school here and decided to stay. People like me, raised in San Jose, went to San Jose State. My family would come over all the time. So I'm sort of a lower middle income family, but they could take my brother and I to the boardwalk and have a couple of rides and a corn dog, and we didn't know the difference between that and going to Great America. It was all good to us. So we all fall into love with Santa Cruz from a different place and a different experience. But you're all here because you did fall in love, and you're keeping that romance with our community going and being a part of it. And so tonight we celebrate one aspect of what makes our community so strong, this particular public-private partnership. And I want to say to every one of you, thank you, and God love you. Thank you very much.
Good evening. It's not easy to follow the mayor, but good evening. Welcome. So glad we could all get together and celebrate this. This has been the best turnout and the best. We've got the greatest assembly here. Okay. Good evening. I'm Dave Martin. I'm an environmental compliance inspector with the city of Santa Cruz, and I'll talk this evening about the city's environmental compliance team and what we do, as well as what Clean Ocean businesses do for pollution prevention. So here's the team, and there's 3 inspectors and 1 manager. The manager there is Akin Babatola. I've got a poker here. Let's see. Like I said, bear with me. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. There we go. Okay, Akin Babatola. We've got Inspector Fred Baker, Inspector Mike Kelly, and me. The boat I'll talk more about a little later. But yes, so what we do is we support city infrastructure that is built to protect the environment. So I'm talking about the storm drain, the sewer system, and the wastewater treatment facility. Now, to make sure these are working properly, we monitor the health of environmental waters for human impact. So, for example, we monitor San Lorenzo River, Brents Forty Creek, and Carbonera Creek. We monitor the ocean at these beaches, and we monitor the ocean at deeper depths offshore, like 30 feet and 100-foot depth. What we're looking for are, as I said, is indicators for human impact. So we look for caffeine, we look for bacteria, detergents, ammonia, and so yeah, we just want to see that the environment is protected. So yeah, the boat now, it comes in to this next slide. So to verify the integrity of our ocean outfall, so the ocean outfall is where treated wastewater flows. You can see it here. We dose, trace, or dye at the wastewater treatment facility and detect it. We detect concentrations of the dye at locations on the seafloor. And so the higher the dose, or the higher the concentration of the dye that we're detecting, we know that's the higher concentration of wastewater at that location. So as we can see from this slide, we've got, so we're dosing the dye here at the wastewater treatment plant, and these are the detectors that detect the dye, and we tow the detectors from the boat at various depths above the ocean floor at locations along the wastewater outfall. So that's one of the projects that we do annually. And more that we do is, as has been said, another major project that we've done recently has been working on the local limits. And so as mandated by the by the United States Environmental Protection Agency and the Clean Water Act, to ensure the environment is protected and no one is exposed to harmful levels of any compounds, local discharge limits for the Santa Cruz wastewater treatment system are reviewed and updated frequently. So we update these every 10 years or so. So this is the first round of update that I've been involved in. And this year, our group proposed new local limits for boron and vanadium. These are here, boron and vanadium. And as has been said, these new local limits were unanimously passed by City Council last week. And typically, these are of most impact to the industries in town. So these won't concern restaurants or vehicle service. These will concern bigger industries. So yeah. So that's one thing we've done this year that's been great. Another project that that's ours is the Clean Ocean Business Program. So the environmental compliance started the Clean Ocean Business Program in 2001 for food and vehicle service facilities that go the extra mile to protect the environment. They help EC. They help us in our mission to support city infrastructure, that is the storm drain and sewer system. And we started the program not only to assist businesses protect the environment, but also we want to provide public recognition and a pat on the back to compliant businesses. So annually, we publish this ad, and this is this year's ad, but it only shows, sorry, it wouldn't all fit on the slide. We've just got the vehicle service facilities here. But this is, yeah, as I said, in the good times every year. I think we published this, was this in April, Mike? When did we publish? August, okay, thank you. Okay, and so yeah, whether a food service facility or whether a vehicle service facility, clean ocean businesses recognize that only rain goes into a storm drain, and that all other wastewater, whether generated inside or outside, it must be discharged to an inside drain. So as you can see from the slide, this is because, this is really important, storm drains flow directly to the environment, whereas indoor drains flow to the wastewater treatment system so that water is cleaned before being discharged through the outfall at deeper ocean depths. So to explain the slide, so you've seen these around town. These go directly to the ocean or maybe to the San Lorenzo. But indoor drains, that they will, all wastewater will be cleaned before being discharged out to the outfall. So yeah, not everyone is aware of that, but clean ocean businesses are. And one category here, food service facilities. If you own a food service facility, you know all about this. So they have unique pieces of equipment and areas that need cleaning or washing, excuse me. So whether this washing occurs inside or outside, wastewater needs to be discharged to an inside drain. How do these businesses deliver wastewater from outside to inside? Well, commonly it'll be used like a wet and dry vacuum that'll work, where you can just dump then to an inside drain. Also, though, specific to food service facilities is that we've got a grease trap that will trap the grease from the wastewater coming from the kitchen. And this grease trap will need to be cleaned out. Because if it's not, well, then we're going to have sanitary sewer overflow to the storm drain, and no one wants that. So next, the other category of clean ocean business is the vehicle service facility. If you own a vehicle service facility, you know that wastewater from car washing and vehicle body work, such as wet sanding, needs to be discharged to indoor drains. However, one special thing about vehicle service facilities is that they've got a multitude of hazardous materials, and these hazardous materials cannot be discharged to any drain. So these need to be hauled away and recycled. And yeah. Okay, and as we are demonstrating this evening, we do something special for clean ocean businesses that make it to the 5, 10, 15, or 20-year milestones. And this year we have 12 businesses that are at the 5-year, 8 at the 10, 20 at the 15, 25 at the 20. And so in total, there's 66 consistent clean ocean businesses. And so, thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. That's all I got. Thank you for listening. Oh, and now Ken will give out the awards.
As you've already heard, we have tiers of awards. There's a 5-year consistent businesses. They're not all here, but I'm going to read their name for posterity because there's a camera capturing that. The Beach Hut Deli, the Beach Market, Farrell's Donuts on Ocean Street, Hyde Place, Santa Cruz, Jack in the Box on Ocean Street, Cantus Pizza and Pasta, Mackenzie's Chocolates, Ricardo Santa Cruz, Penny Ice Creamery, Hokey Bowl, Steamer Lane Supply. Those are 5 consistent years. I think the Hyde Place is supposed to be here tonight, and
They did not make it.
they did not make it. But for posterity, I want to show you the beautiful, our new decal that we have for them, and courtesy of Mike Kelly. This is the first time we're presenting stuff like this to that program. It's beautiful. I wish I had worn it myself, but I don't have to award myself or anything. So there. The 10 consistent years, this year there's El Hermoso Mar, I think that's El Hermoso Market, and Umbar Jazz Center. It's a beautiful place. I'm a member of it. I subscribe to it. Quality Market, Shunfeng Tremonti Pizzeria. That's, if you don't mind, the mayor would be glad to give you the T-shirt. You do. Tremonti. That's it. And we have a camera and so here.
Congratulations on doing this. This is just great. Please say a couple words. Or even 3 or 4.
No, I want to thank you for this beautiful award. We do our best, and it's very nice to be recognized. And as you say, like we all work together for like a beautiful Santa Cruz, and right on.
So that's Tremonti. It's a lovely restaurant. If I say so myself, I've been there a couple of times. And there's a Verve Coffee Roasters on Pacific Avenue and the West Side Auto Repair. I don't think they're here tonight, but they're worth the recognition. The 15 consecutive years, there's El Hermoso, 15 consistent years, there's Albright's Donut Shop. There's the Bagelry on Cedar Street. Thank you. There's a Bagelry on, and then there's the Dream Inn. There's a Crepe Place. Dream Inn. Oh, there. I can, where are the Dream Inn?
There. You know, you're at your ledge. You got to do so much. Not just so you do so much.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure. Thank you, everyone. Darren Pound, I'm the Vice President and General Manager of the Dream Inn. Been part of this organization for 7 years, and beautiful community. And we do everything to promote and protect the environment, and just happy to be here. Thank you, Evan.
Then there's Jamba Juice at Lillian's Italian Kitchen, Mobo Sushi, and the Moon, New Leaf Market on Fair Avenue, Alita's at the Wharf, Alita's Cantina, Real Thai Kitchen, Ristorante Italiano, Santa Cruz Bible Church, I think that's a restaurant still, Santa Cruz Civic Auditorium, I don't know, some
Tony, do you want to join us?
I'm he must. Elaine talk. House.
it almost feels like I'm patting myself on the back.
Oh. Hi, well, I've not been the supervisor for 15 years, so I can't take full credit for this, but we're really passionate about preserving the environment. So thank you to all our compliance officers for all you do and everybody else here to keep our environment beautiful.
No, I appreciate this very much. At the heart of Parks and Recreation's mission is bettering the environment, or really sustainability and conservation. So this is right at the heart of our mission. Appreciate this recognition and the partnership with Public Works, and proud to be in these categories and among these honorees. So thank you.
That's true. Thank you guys are great. Just great. Yep. That's been brilliant.
After that, there is Schloff. That's the winery, I think, the wine tasting room, but I don't see them here tonight. Staff of Life, the Battery, Togo's on Ocean Street, Walnut Avenue Cafe, the Woodstock's Pizza Place. You should bring the rest of your crew, dude.
Shout out there.
Thanks. I didn't know we had to give a speech until about 5 minutes ago. So just want to say this is like a really all-star cast of restaurants in town, and we're really happy to be recognized alongside of them. So thank you.
He summed it up very nicely.
Thank you so much. Thanks for, no, seriously. Thanks. You go above and beyond. We're really
Thank you. You've got, we love our community. Santa. Yeah.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
college.
Then there's Jan Flaw. Jan is just a stone's throw from here, so it's a good thing to see you both here tonight.
Thank you. Oh, I don't know how to say but yeah, I come to the United States. This year is 34 years. So we've been married for 34 years today.
So it's the wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
So thank you guys very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the recognition. Thank you. This is wonderful. You go above and beyond. You're doing everything the right way. It's so wonderful. Thank you for being part of this community. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Now we're going to the 20 consistent years achievement. And I'm awfully proud of this group in particular, because this program, as you already heard, is a voluntary but incentive-laden program. The state has tried to do something similar called a green business program, and it doesn't have nearly the subscription rate that the Clean Ocean business has. We have more than, I think, 70% subscription in the community, and at least 60% sustained without failure. It's the model that any incentive program wants to have. So I'm proud to announce the 20 consistent years headed by Costco, they're not here tonight, Crow's Nest, a local favorite, Elks Lodge, Emily's Good Things to Eat, Angfer Pizza Works. I don't know if they're here. Oh, there she is.
Wow. Obviously, 20 years ago, I was a baby and could not even walk yet. So I can't really take much credit for this, but my boss, who's at the restaurant tonight, really deserves a lot of credit because she's there every night and she has been for over 2 decades. So I think that's very impressive and I'm very grateful for her. So, yeah. Thank you. Sorry?
Please pass on our thanks, our congratulations. When you do business the right way, when you do this kind of thing, it makes our communities way better and stronger for it. Thank you very much. Okay, best wishes to you. Me too.
And that group continues Front Street Residential, Harvey West Clubhouse, Headquarter Bar and Grill,
Here we go. You kid. In the microphone. It was eating us. We've been a bit. Now we're good. We got it down.
Water is life. And the mayor's wearing great socks.
How can you tell his socks? I can't read his socks. Look, you answered the call.
Please. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. This is everyone's. When you all do this stuff right and go above and beyond, we're a stronger, better community. Thank you.
That's what we're here for. I appreciate it.
You can hear.
The others are not here, but I'm going to give them the honor of reading their names. There's Jack's Hamburgers, La Posada, Las Palmas Taco Bar, Linda Sea Breeze Cafe, London Nelson Community Center, Marini's Munchies, New Leaf Community Market on Pacific Avenue, the Pacific Cookie Company, also on Pacific Avenue, the Portuguese Hall, Restaurante Avante, Sabine Thai, St. Francis Soup Kitchen, Santa Cruz Coffee Roasting Company, Stagnaro Brothers Seafood on Washington Street, Zachary's Restaurant, Zoccoli's Delicatessen. That's the honoree list for tonight. And thank you very much, everybody. I wonder if the mayor would like a final word before we close.
You hand a microphone to a politician and say, "Do you want to say something?" Or the answer is yes. Again, thank you so much. Public sector, private sector, God love you all. When the private sector does their work the way you folks do it, we're a stronger, better community every day because of that. God love you and thank you.
No? Tony? You good? I can't get you to commit to sponsor this next year? I'm going to try. Okay. And I want to thank Janice. I mean, she's been wonderful. So I thank you very much. And to all of you, thank you so very much for this community that we're awful proud of. One thing that would escape if I didn't tell you is how proud I think we all are, but I'm especially proud of the progress we've made on the water quality at Cowell Beach, where you're going to go tonight. That beach has been off of the beach bummer list for about 4 straight years now, even though it had been on it for like 10 years. And the great work that was done was largely by this same group and the laboratory, spearheaded by the molecular work done from Karim Mohammed. So at my table, somebody was asking, how does a small city like this do these things of high impact? And I said, because if you have willing and able and committed people to the community, they don't think first of giving contracts to engineering firms outside of the community at hundreds of thousands of dollars. They figure how to do the same thing more effectively, more locally, at less than $100,000. And that's what all these guys do. Thank you so very much, and see you all in 2024. I'd lose count of the years now. Thank you.